Hey Taurus, it's Lavender here to do your July 2023 tarot reading for the sign of Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, Mars, Stellium, any prominent Taurus placements, or whatever house Taurus falls in within your natal chart. That area of life could be affected in this way. If you're unfamiliar with my readings, I typically do a channeled message and then we get into the tarot reading, which I will be timestamping in the link below. So feel free to skip over that. The channeled message typically has to do with messages and themes for the month and also synchronicities that you might be coming across, which you can use as confirmation to let you know that this message was for you. So let's start with the song that I got. I got Do for Love by Bobby Caldwell. What you won't do for love. You tried everything, but you won't give up. Really great song. I don't know what that may mean for you, but if you give it a listen, I think that you might find it soothing for the month ahead. So let's see. So we started out with an anchor. So the anchor was actually part of the symbolism for Gemini's reading in June. So that's interesting. So the anchor deals with hope, calm, composure, security through the uncertain, helping to keep you grounded and connected to what matters most. And then we also received the color green, which deals with the heart chakra, the center of the chest, the sternum, circulatory, lymphatic, and immune system, the thymus. Develops unconditional love and compassion. If there are issues within the heart chakra, there could be some issues with passion, tenderness, inner child, and rejection issues. The cobra pose in yoga is very good for balancing the heart chakra. And rose, melissa, and neroli oils are yummy, as well as teas, lemon balm, hawthorn, rose petal or hips, and raspberry leaf are good for helping to center this area. With the anchor, I do feel that you are trying to anchor yourself down this month in certain ways. You may feel as if you're floating around in the abyss, Taurus. We also got boat symbolism. So the boat evokes a passage carrying you over the watery depths, a means of transport, but also an island in a sea of chaos. I feel like you're doing a lot of navigation through your emotions this month, Taurus, and this is something that, oh my God, don't mind the stain on my shirt. Who cares, right? Also, bit my nails. I'm stressed. Hate it, but it is what it is. They'll grow back soon enough. I'm sure you might feel me on that. Okay, so yeah, I feel as though you feel like you are drifting in a body of water. That water could be your emotional state. I do feel that it is a bit chaotic and you're trying to anchor yourself. I feel like there's a duality happening here with the anchoring and the floating at the same time. I feel like we'll get more into that, but you might be drawn to bodies of water to help center and soothe you this month. Now, with the boat here, there's an emphasis on the term annihilation, okay? So this is, I feel like with the anchor, there may be a situation in which you feel that you are stuck with the safe option, maybe something that you've always gone with, something that you feel like is the way it should be. There's like a line that you won't cross, Taurus, in some sense in regards to something. But there is an urge to allow the annihilation process to take place. Now, no need to feel any type of way about these words. Generally, yes, these could be a bit scary to some, but I personally don't feel that they need to be. We all know that chaos, ups and downs are a part of life that are absolutely inescapable. We all must go through them. Just as we walk through them, we walk out of them as well. If you think back to many things in your life that were very difficult, you got through them because here you are now, and it taught you a valuable lesson and made you stronger. And I'm kind of picking up those vibes this month for you, Taurus, in the month of July. I urge you to become the chaos. So we'll get more into this, but I also was picking up on the dissolution process, which is one of the 7 steps of alchemy. So dissolution, which I think is like the second or third step here, it's the transformation of a substance by immersing it in liquid. It breaks down corrupted and artificial structures, and it's an essential separation process. So in the dissolution process, we are cleansing ourselves from certain emotional habits that do not pertain to our best functionality. They are sort of crutches emotionally, probably, or things that we had done up until this point that seem to make sense but no longer do. The dissolution process is when we are able to shed those things. After dissolution, right, it breaks down the artificial and the corrupted, and it turns into a sediment. And then you will go ahead and do a thing to the sediment as well, but that's a whole different process. I think I may have just seen an orb go by. You could have a lot of spiritual guidance this month. A lot of spiritual realizations is kind of what I'm thinking for you, Taurus. I feel like there is a lot that you guys are going through. You have just gone through in the last year and a half, 2 years, with the South and North Node transits. So know that. You might be interested in reading this book, The Emerald Tablet, Alchemy for Personal Transformation. Great book. Exactly what it says. Alchemy for personal transformation. It gives you alchemical methods to do so. It gives you meditations, a process. It helps you recognize what it is you're going through and allow you to shed those layers. So if you're interested, great book. I read it like once every couple years, which I will do for the rest of my life. It's one of those things that you understand the concepts, but it's a lifelong thing. So I saw a vision of a banana. So maybe you guys could be eating a lot of bananas this month, but the banana also balances a healthy heart and blood pressure, helps control it, is a good dose of potassium. Once again, related to the heart chakra and the color green. I feel as though there is definitely some work that needs to be done in the heart chakra. There could be some imbalances here taking place. And eating bananas will definitely increase your heart health. And because they're the color yellow, also your self-worth at the same time. It's not only that, bananas are an offering of abundance and fertility. And apparently Lord Vishnu, which I think is a Hindu god or goddess, I'm not totally sure, a banana tree planting offering is one of the best ways that you can show your appreciation for them. So you might be into that type of stuff. You could be working with Vishnu. So here's a little Bible Christian passage that I came across that I thought was really nice and could be good for you right now. Like that banana tree, people are forsaken, stripped of beauty and finished, even in their own eyes. When I think of giving up on them, I remember the sweetness of the fruit of that banana tree and find the courage to help lift them upright, brace them, nourish them, and care for them daily as the Savior would. So, not gonna lie, that's very wholesome. If you're feeling really down on yourself and you're feeling like you're not seeing your own worth within your own eyes or other people are not, and you're feeling super down, know that people do care and see you. People see you accurately. Those that are meant to see you accurately. People that can't, there's nothing we can do about them. They're simply not our people. As much as we want to kick and scream and make them see us how it is we want to be seen, or, you know, how we intend to be seen, it's not always the case. So I also got a vision of parallel lines. And, okay, yeah, so I feel like this could be something that you're experiencing. I kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, but with the boat symbolism, there was like water and air symbolism. And there's a picture of a boat, and people are in a boat and they're paddling, and the water's underneath them, but their boat's not touching it. They're like in the air. And that signalizes to me that there's a little bit of a parallel going on here within your life. Same with the math term, lines that never intersect and they form the same angle when they cross another. So once again, we're getting this lines that we do not cross. And I feel like there's some sort of barrier in which you're afraid to, some sort of threshold in which you're afraid to move forward. Like I said, embracing the chaos, now allowing the annihilation process, the dissolution process to separate the gross, right? And by gross, it's just a term that they use in alchemy. But, you know, sure, maybe it could be real. Cross it. Definitely go that length, go that distance, because what it is that you're looking for is beneath that point, I think. You know, within reason, don't do anything too crazy, but I feel like you understand, like, you know, within a reasonable amount of yada yada, right? Like, we're not talking about crazy shit, like stuff that's going to cause harm and everything to people. But what we are talking about is maybe barriers which you've put yourself in that you feel keep you in a safe haven state. But is it really safe if you are hurting yourself in the process? So that might be for some of you. And then I got a left arrow vision. So are things going left? The desire. So when people get tattoos of left arrows on them, it represents the desire to chase something away / out of you. Sorry. Now, I just get the vibe that your attempts at peace, alliance, or philosophical ideas have been going left. I feel like someone isn't totally understanding what it is you're trying to say. I think there's misinterpretations. Oh, easy. And I think that is happening. Tor. So then we got torpedo, which is sluggishness. Represents sluggishness. Gosh. Lethargy. But a torpedo is a self-propelled underwater explosive device. I feel like something is penetrating your emotional life and has the power to maybe cause damage this month. And I'm not saying that to be a, fearmonger. Not even close. Anything that comes into our life that has the capability to cause us pain or damage is there as a teacher. It's just facts, I think. So there's your message. That's been a long one. That's almost a 15-minute channeled message. Usually I try to keep them under 10, but I guess I'm just jabber jaws for you guys right now. And I wanted my GD coal to burn, but apparently I don't get that privilege. So, all right, Taurus. Collecting with my... Oh, you guys got me feeling a bit tired, lethargic. Connecting with my Taurus collective. We need a message, a clear, accurate, helpful, aligned message for my Taurian collective for the month of July. Let's get a couple cards for the first week. So we have the Star. First week of July, 8 of Swords. Second week of July for my Taurus collective. Queen of Swords, Ace of Swords. Okay. Third week of July for my Taurus collective, 5 of Swords. Four of Wands, 7 of Cups, King of Pentacles, and the High Priestess card. And last week of July for my Taurus collective, we have 8 of Pentacles and 4 of Cups. There is definitely an energy here that I think revolves around a bit of pain revolves around a possible relationship to another. Ability to be vulnerable. I feel like this, for many of you, is entailing a love offer. A long-term love offer, I think, that has been something that you've been dealing with for a while here. It's definitely giving long-term relationship. But if not, these are emotional strides, ability to come forward and shed our emotional vulnerability here, display emotional vulnerability here within the self, and a difficulty doing so. There's defensiveness here in regards to possibly even finances, investments, conflict, possibly in regards to manipulation here over finances. And maybe even a feeling of overgiving. Let's just start with, let's go for the month here for Taurus. Okay. Yeah, it's like, so we've got Capricorn here right off the hop. We've got Aquarius, Pisces, Cancer, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. And I almost said Aries, but I don't know why, because it's not here. But I feel like there's some sort of long-standing obstacle here that you are trying to overcome, having incredible difficulty doing so, feeling the need to protect one's finances, feeling the need to protect one's empire, protect oneself, because there's an energy of being attacked by others, and maybe not even really knowing why these attacks are coming in. Taurus, what I do want you to know is that your money is still going to be good here. Your money is still going to be stable because you are overcoming this obstacle. I do see you being offered possibly a new source of income or little bits of money here and there that are helping you stay stable. I think that the divine wants to bring forward a new source of income for you. Something that will help you to be praised and recognized by others as well. Now, for a select few of you, this is very small. There could also be some people that think you're arrogant and kind of coming at you for that. Stop with the arrogance in Tauruses. Don't say that now. Don't be saying that. I feel like, listen, we all have moments like that. I feel like they probably just misunderstood you, to be honest. But personally, I don't really mind a confident, arrogant person. I'm like, you love you? Good for you. You should. Just gotta be rude about it, right? Who cares? Really big smoothie. I was gonna drink it earlier, but I was preparing for the reading, so. All right. What am I hearing? I'm not on Skype or anything.
I didn't understand that.
My phone's talking to me. I wasn't talking to you. Okay. This is a bit of a Feels like a lollygagging kind of reading. I'm usually more than this. But maybe this is just this lethargy that's coming through, this kind of inability to focus, maybe slight loopiness, because I just feel like I'm kind of not super present right now as much as I want to be, and I am, right? But like it's giving that. So yeah, I feel like there's an unhealthy connection here with someone else, possibly a Capricorn, Gemini, Libra, another Taurus. There's definitely a decent amount of signs coming up here, but there's some sort of unhealthy attachment to financial life right now for you, Taurus, which is what I'm seeing. Some sort of negative emotions impacting your ability to create legacy for yourself and maybe even come together with someone else. A little bit conflicting, in which is I feel like this is for both of you. I definitely feel like there's a choice here to be made with cycles that involve something you've been very dedicated to. There's a choice to make here. I'm thinking the choice is, would you like to focus more on yourself? Or would you like to continue to put the work in regards to a situation here that feels heavy and not healthy for you? Feels toxic. Feels restrictive. Feels draining. Feels hurtful. Once again, confirmation that this is a love offer. Or simply some of you focusing on others all the time and not even focusing on yourself. Okay, so let's get in here to the first week of July. We have ew, my nails. I'm so sad, guys. I'm so sad. Plus my eyeliner's messed up. The side's way different, but whatever. We're not talking about that. It's okay. Who cares? You're going to see my nails, and it is what it is. Sorry about these stubby things. Hot dogs on my fingers. Okay, so we got the Star, and we got the 8 of Swords. So I feel like in the first week of July, you're really starting to see clearly some things that are very draining for you, disempowering, some spaces in which you feel like you could have even been duped, possibly realizing a need for a careful exit here out of a situation that you have somehow gotten yourself really looped in. Like I feel like you're in quicksand in regards to a situation here with how detrimental it actually is for you. I feel like you've trapped yourself, and there is some sort of illumination of said scenario in the first week of July that is really showing you clearly what's going on. Like there's been a light shown on it. And in regards to this, I think really you have seen everything that you need to see. But whether you choose to accept that as, data as you move forward, or put it in the spam folder, is kind of up to you. Yeah, door to romance here. As you continue to add more self-love to the self, you are going to be able to bring in more love offers, more love in your life, more happiness, more joy, more money. Definitely something that is being said. So here's the heart chakra, which we did talk about previously, and the second chakra. So right now these themes here are opening up more emotionally, being vulnerable, unconditional love, and intimacy with others. For some of you here, I feel like someone's got a hunch about something in regards to something sexual here. Could be in regards to private parts, or, right, if there's anything that you think is off in that area, or even, yeah, I would definitely get that looked at, as I think that that's important, because your intuition is screaming at you, very present. Number 7 coming through. You are much more connected than you realize, and you're getting lots of very valuable information throughout this. But I just kind of feel like there's a heavy focus right now on something else, maybe not completely the self. Unconditional love is definitely a theme here in the first week of July. Ways in which maybe you haven't been loving yourself wholeheartedly the way that you should. Keeping you repeating patterns here. Yeah, there's a need to protect yourself. There's a need to not subject yourself to any more damage than necessary. With the anchor here, you have been trying to anchor yourself within the channel message. You have been trying to anchor yourself, and I feel like the reason that you're kind of floating around even up in the sky, but at the same time trying to connect to the bottom of the ocean here, is because it's parallel, it's contradictory. You want unconditional love, perhaps, so you offer that, but you don't receive it, if that makes sense. You want to have more self-love, but when you're given the chance, for some of you, to practice and implement this, you don't. So it's sending mixed messages here. It's keeping you stuck. There's some safe space that you don't feel ready to let go, maybe because the emotion just feels like way too much. Like, I really feel like you would feel like you could fall apart here, if you really let yourself go past this threshold of safety, if you will. But there is a refining process going on, and the dissolution process is also a refining, right? We're separating things that are artificial from the real. Slay. So you're receiving wisdom here from the divine, and you continue to receive it, right? Like, always lending you a helping hand, for sure. But it's all about in which way do we move forward. Sometimes it's hard to know what the proper way forward is. Of course, anything in love, yes, but what when it's at our own expense? What then? Does it still count? Of course. But what about you? Is that love? Constantly destroy ourselves? Ow. That hurts, Taurus. What is Taurus' best option here in regards to this healer of the ages community? Reach out to those around you, friends, family, activities. Get into the healing space here. It's like, I feel like you feel trapped, stuck. Maybe even certain barriers here in the way, keeping you from doing so. But this is a great time of healing for you if you let it be. There's definitely a lot of contradicting energy, so I understand why you feel stuck, but you're not as stuck as you think. You need to get out, find your tribe, go play an instrument, sing, play a sport, take pride in your passions here, and dive into that and allow it to heal you. Use that as a healing method, because there is so much healing available for you right now if you just choose to, see it for what it is. Now, in the second week of July, we have the Queen of Swords and we have the Ace of Swords. So this tells me that there is some sort of victory, some long-standing victory coming forward here. Maybe in regards to a situation that needed to have the truth being spoken, something that could have hurt even, or hurt to hear, There's a logicality and a bit of an emotional drop off that is taking place in the week of July, second week of July. And I don't want to say it like emotional drop off. It's just like, how I just say stuff and like I'll explain it later. I know it sounds a little bit like intense, but I just mean possibly where you've been putting so much emphasis and focus on your emotions. I feel like there's a point where you just feel that you cannot. And what starts to come forward now is more of a emotionless you. You're taking your emotions out of a situation, I think, and just functioning from a more logical space because it's necessary. You might be focusing on things that need to be done around the house, with work. Who needs this? Who needs that? And I feel like if anyone is trying to come forward with some sort of argument here, you will be triumphant within that. If anybody's arguing with you, they better not, because you have a trick up your sleeve that they're unaware of. So yeah, here you are. I think okay, so this is what's happening. You're going through a cycle now of being able to balance your emotions better. We need to really be pushed to the edge sometimes, be completely, go crazy in order to really balance them. I personally had this experience before where I was in a situation. Oh, I'm spinning. Where I was in a situation where I felt like I wasn't able to express myself how I wanted to. And for a while, I would just let it slide, not say anything, not address it. And essentially, it just made me so freaking angry that I pretty much imploded. And then my emotional state, from that point on, I could handle it very well. So kind of strange how that works. Now, it's very difficult for people to get me out of character, but only because someone pushed me to my absolute fucking limit. So much so that just something changed. And I do feel like that is a balancing situation for you, because you're moving out of these chaotic waters into calmer waters. You could even be planning a trip, or maybe even planning to move. But yeah, so you've been balancing your finances, been balancing your emotional state here, and now you're going into boundaries. So this is what is being worked on in the second week of July, Taurus. There is truth coming forward about cycles, about burdens, about heavy burdens here. About hostilities, jealousies. Yeah, jealousy can be bad, and it's been a theme this month for, it came up in Aries reading, it's now in your reading. Remember this, Taurus, with this card, When you see how they're looking out and seeing all this gold and then looking at their own robes and feeling like they don't have much to offer, even though check out that getup. Personally, love that fit. It's so goth. Like, please, I think it looks great. But they think it looks ratty. And they're focused on outside, like, oh, they've got so much gold over there, and it's making them bitter. But what's happening is it's taking away from themselves. Now, you could be faced with this. You could feel this way. It could cause you to act out. Could cause you to act out some hostile emotions here. Or someone could be doing this to you in the second week of July. And I personally feel like someone's doing it to you because of the Ace of Swords here. And I feel like you're just not having it. Like, you're like, take that bullshit elsewhere. With the hostility, I think this individual possibly could be someone that you've been... Oh, my nose. That's how I know I'm channeling. You could have been... Well, I can literally see dust in my room now, so I'm like, what? But I feel like it's a bit of both. Someone that you've been kind with, you've been balanced with, you've been nurturing with, you've shared, and at this point now you're like, don't do it, because I have reached a new point now. I'm not the same as I once was. Although I may look the same, you're going to find out quickly that I'm not. And this person doesn't have a leg to stand on in regards to whatever this pettiness is. And I am seeing you win the argument per se, or come out victorious in regards to this. So we love to see it. I'm also seeing money coming in, and once again, journey card. I think that whatever this is, whatever this journey, possibly movement, travel, it's going to take place once you speak your truth. Now, don't be afraid to do so. Don't be afraid to do so. The truth is the truth. Let's try to stop watering it down. To be honest, I feel like weak individuals require a watering down of the truth because it doesn't fit the narrative. But the truth is the truth. Now, I know that, once again, we're going to have some duality and some parallels within this because, yes, the truth is the truth, but everyone's truth and perception of truth is slightly different, but the truth itself remains the same. Sort of. You know? Protection. Yeah, you're protecting yourself. You're forgiving yourself for the ways in which you let yourself down, did not stand up for yourself, did not take appropriate action for you forward here, because this is an activation. Like I said, in the second week of July, you are now really, really, really working on boundaries. You know, your financial stuff, you've been through hard lessons with that. Your emotional self, you're coming out of the end of that, and you're now moving into boundaries. So, and it's going to require a lot of forgiveness for you. You need to forgive yourself because right now is a time where you do need to protect yourself, I think, from more unnecessary hurt. Like, yeah. Yeah, you're transforming, right? You're taking these negative aspects, turning them into something positive here, turning them into worthwhile knowledge to help you move forward. So love that for you, Taur. So third week, we got a long reading for you guys. Third week of July. We got a few cards here. I feel like there's something going to be exposed. There's some sort of secret going to be exposed, or some sort of intuitive hunch that you've had, Taurus. Possibly about a Pisces or a Cancer, or a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn here. I feel like it has to do with some sort of celebration, some sort of event taking place. I get the vibe that people are possibly trying to bully or attack you here when you're in a state of happiness. There are some illusions around possibly some finances here. around someone's stature within the workplace, within who they think they are. Let's see what else. Let's pull. What's this about? Let's start with. So let's start with these three. What's the deal here? I need a clarifier. Tower card. Somebody is, yeah. Okay, so Taurus. I think this could also involve a Libra individual, but I kind of feel that something unexpected is happening here. I feel like there are some sort of illusions that are present within at some sort of gathering that you're going to in the third week of July. I don't know if people are just maybe not happy about your success, not happy about you being out spending time with others. I feel like they could be upset that you have options even. But I don't know. But more so, I find this to be just illusions and lies. I kind of feel like people might be being petty and showing up with a bit of hateration here. And I think you're going to find it surprising and you might not know how to move forward, because I think that whoever it is that's throwing shade at you, you didn't expect it. But the reason they're doing it is because of some sort of... It's like they want to be looked at favorably. They want to be looked at like the coolest, the best, or has the most things, or there's some sort of situation with earnings that there's a secret behind. That's burdensome to some individuals, and what you represent currently is rubbing them the wrong way. So let's talk more about who is the hater. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn is what I keep getting. But, yeah, female, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn here. But why would they be hating? Because they're seeing good things happen to you, and they don't like that. Yikes. Like, triggered much. Like, chill. Why don't you just go look over there then if it's gonna hurt? Like, don't be watching me. Like, sorry. Could be a Virgo, Leo, or Scorpio. But I feel like this person... They're just trying to find their center within this situation. They're just trying to emotionally center themselves. And I guess throwing a little bit of shade your way is doing it. It's helpful to them. Maybe they also feel isolated from those around them. And they're kind of taking it out. I mean, I'm not seeing this really even be that crazy. There's going to be some humbling experience that happens to them anyway. So, I mean, I would just chill and not, you know what I mean? Not focus on that. Yeah, because your time of healing is here. Okay? You don't need this bullshit. You're no longer attached to situations that aren't actually elevating you. You're no longer too emotionally over invested in individuals here that just because they say they love you or care about you. Of course they do. Taurus, you're awesome. Why wouldn't they? Let's not be surprised by that. Let's use it as the absolute bare minimum. You love me? Duh, bitch. Because it's like you're afraid to move out of this space that you've been in for a long time. It's like it's giving comfort zone, you know what I mean? But I really do feel there's a need to go within and really center yourself here. There's a need to maybe even take a break out, take a little break from whatever this is and do some soul searching here. Find your center, because it's going to transform you, and what it's going to do, it's going to shift the wheel of fortune more in your favor and bring in more things for you, because right now you're a bit unbalanced. You're a bit unbalanced right now, and I think that it calls for you to really sit and think about what it is you want in your life. Forgive yourself, baby. Keeps coming out because you're worthy. You're worthy. There. And you're in hibernation mode, and the sun is coming out. It's shining. Like, look how beautiful that scenery is, right? And sleeping on it, right? Sleeping on it because thinking, you know, oh, this might never come for me, but really you're just taking a nap. All bears need to hibernate, darling. And when they're out, they're killing machines. Very cute killing machines. All right, so yeah, we already said when this person comes forward, if they're throwing any shade, being rude, just try to ignore it if you can. Just try to see that this is their final way of having control or something, and just, I really feel like in the second week of July, you've really balanced yourself out. You did what you needed to do, set boundaries. Third week of July, someone's coming in, trying it. You have learned differently now, so you're going to take a different approach. Might even surprise them. All right, so last week here we have the Four of Cups with the Eight of Pentacles. I feel like there may be a situation within a work sector here, or something you've been working really hard on that you don't, it's like you may feel like you're getting behind within work, or you're not capitalizing on every opportunity that's necessary. Just like a state of inaction here. And I think that, yeah, it's because you need a rest. Like some sort of really painful situation has happened that's not allowing you to really be the best version of self right now. I believe that this has to do with possibly a connection with another. This could be in the workplace, or this could be in the home, but it's an unhealthy not even collaboration, it's an unhealthy union with an individual or an entity of some sort that is draining you and very, very unhealthy for you. It often makes you feel left out in the cold and hurt. And I think in the last week here, you're starting to think, Jesus Christ. I didn't want to say it. Is this actually worth it anymore? Like, there's things you even don't know, I think, about this situation. And it's like, time to friggin' cut loose, get a new beginning here. Move forward within who you are. Know that you shine and are such a beautiful human. It's not up to you to pick up other people's messes. Uh-oh. Right? We got indecision here. I think you're making a decision to maybe walk away from something. because you're healing. You've been healing, right? This type of healing here, and you're moving into a brand new space that is so much healthier for you. This type of healing, this heart has only been mended because of the salt water from tears that have fallen and fallen and fallen until finally it can be melded back together again, right? I just feel like that's what's going on in the last week of July. You're like, man, this is even for me. This shit even for me. Yeah, because you are now seeing and identifying with this version of you that has been dying to come forward. Just dying to come forward. Co-creation with the universe. You're being offered by spirit a new source of income, a new way to help you feel more yourself and give you strength to change directions in regards to whatever this is, because it's just become far too draining for you, Taurus. So let's pull one last card for Oracle. Release. Sorry, I'm not trying to make faces. Transform. Darn, why does this happen? I need a better setup. It says transform at the bottom, I swear. Power. Oh my gosh, right? Release. Some of you could be in an interracial relationship. I only say because of the two hands. But it's time. I'm going to read the write-up. Man, your guys' reading is long. Da, 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 da. Fire. Liberating. Deliberate. Out of balance. Entangled. Thoughtless. You have been energetically given everything you need to walk your path and live out your purpose in this lifetime. Everything you are connected to and within on the ancestral plane, wisdom traditions, communion with plants and animals, gifts and blessings is here to work with you. You have also inherited wounds and trauma, patterns and programs that are harmful, and lineages that have perpetuated extreme harm or have been harmed, all intertwined within structures and systems that consolidate power over people instead of power within people. You get to choose what you do with what you've been given. You don't have to accept or reject something holistically. You can feel it pour into you, transmute it, and make it work. What did we just talk about? The alchemical fire... Stop. Am I psychic or something? The alchemical fire of your bones can turn raw material into gold. You get to create your place within your lineage consciously. The Ischium will show you how. What have I connected to in this lifetime that is assisting and aiding me on my journey? What parts of my lineage feel helpful, nourishing, and enlivening and are received as the gifts and blessings they are? Which energies that I'm connected to feel heavy, burdensome, and not helpful on my path? What do I feel is my responsibility to heal and work with? What am I able to release? Okay, so those are some questions you can ask yourself in the month of July. What can you release here that is doing more harm than good? I hear my Taurus mother right now. So thank you so much for watching. I hope that was helpful, and I will see you guys in August and also for the pick a card readings. Bye.